I made these DIY Christmas holiday ornaments in one of my last videos from air dry clay, and they were definitely a favourite. With my son today, I'm going to make some more from air dry clay, and we're going to see how many DIY Christmas ornaments we can make to decorate our home this Christmas. Air dry clay is a fantastic craft medium, and here on Red Rocking Bird you'll find lots of really great ways to use air dry clay. Take a chunk of clay and begin rolling. I roll mine to about 8 to 10 millimeters in thickness. So get the whole family involved or enjoy this craft with a group of friends and make some ornaments for the holiday season. To make this first bear, I used a paper template and a knife to cut out the bear. But because I want to make many of these, I have these cookie cutters that I'm able to cut out and use with my air dry clay. So it's worth bearing that in mind. If you have a design that you like to create over and over again, do you have a cookie cutter that you could use part of, or two cookie cutters together to make a design and see what you could do from there? But these little bear cutters are certainly very cute and definitely make our lives a lot easier in cutting this bear shape. A tool not many of us have, I know, but I have a 3D printer, so I am able to print any design and shape I want when it comes to cookie cutters, which is amazing. I design my SVG files and then I send them through a couple of programs and I have a file that's ready for the 3D printer. Once you know what you're doing, it really is quite straightforward and it's so satisfying to watch. And this is how I did the fox cutters and the cat cutters for one of my other videos too. From time to time, I plan on having these for sale in my online shop, so take a look at the link below. It's so easy then to use these and let our little bears multiply with real ease. Before I let the air dry clay dry fully, I smooth out all the edges so that we can do less sanding once they are fully dry. I just find it much easier to smooth at this stage while the clay is still wet, rather than with the sandpaper too much. I have a little production line going here with my son, so I'm rolling out the clay and he's busy cutting out all the bears. This really is a lovely Christmas craft to enjoy together. All the leftover clay can be kneaded neatly back together, and then all the little cracks and creases, smooth over those with your thumb and your fingers till you have another nice neat ball, so that we can roll this and cut some more. If you have some nice Christmas shaped cookie cutters, then why not use those and follow this same process. My son worked out if we use this whole 1 kilogram block of clay, we can make 15 of these little bears. Each year at our church we have a Christmas tree festival, and so these little bears are going to adorn my Red Rocking Bird Christmas tree in church this year. Over on Instagram on Red Rocking Bird, please do follow me over on there and I'll post some pictures of the tree. I have the weighing scales, and as you can see, each one of these little bears weighs in at 63 grams. So air dry clay is a really economical way of making Christmas and holiday decorations, and these would make really great gifts as well. I think I'm going to make some more, and when I have some friends come round for some Christmas nibbles, we can get the paints out and all paint 1 or 2 of these so they can put them on their own trees. With the little clay left over, we've got 14 bears. Smooth out any imperfections with some air dry clay slip on your fingers one last time, and then I take a plastic drinking straw or a paper drinking straw and cut some holes so that we can add our twine, ribbon or wire. I really love adding wire to this kind of design, and so I'll show you that right at the end. First of all, these need to dry. The air dry clay is air hardening, and so it dries really easily in the air. We just want it to dry nice and slowly so that they don't curl and they don't crack. I left these for about 3 days, turning over from time to time. These are fully dried and they've turned from a slight grey to a crisp white. Any little holes that didn't come out in the straw, I take the end of my paintbrush and pop these straight out. I'm not going to let these little dots go to waste, and I put them in a jar and I make some air dry clay slip with these as well. My youngest son is here with me again. We both take a bit of fine sandpaper and we sand down any imperfections. Ideally do this outside, or it's best to wear a mask, any kind of dust mask, to make sure you don't breathe in any dust particles. Before painting, we take a soft cloth and make sure we get rid of all those little particles. I take some white acrylic paint, a little bit of water on my brush, and then I'm going to coat every surface of the bears, starting at the backs with the white acrylic paint. So it's really good to have a production line going. You kind of do all of the backs, and then by the time you come back to the first one you did, the back should be nearly dry, and then you can do the sides and the front. While doing this, I like to either listen to some music or watch some of my favourite crafting YouTubers. Always make sure you wash your acrylic brushes out well, as you don't want that sticking into your really nice brushes. Let everything dry completely, and then we're ready to add some beautiful colours and some beautiful decorations to our air dry clay. I've not chosen a colour palette yet, but I really fancy this lovely green, and I'm adding in a lovely scarf for this bear. Yes, agreed, a steady hand is good for this, but one of my favourite tips, once you've painted a base coat of acrylic paint and then you go in with another colour once it's fully dry, you can take a rag or a cloth like I did there with a little bit of water on it and erase it all away. So have confidence, go in and begin painting, and you can always wipe it away if you're not happy with the first go. Or as I did here, what I'm very good at is smudging the paint from one place to another, so it's a very handy little tip. Altogether we have 14 of these to paint, so I'm painting a few now with some nice little details, and I'm going to take the rest of them in front of the TV and watch something good on the telly, watch a Christmas movie and carry on painting. I like to make my little designs and jumpers up as I go along, but if you have some inspiration, then have that in front of you and copy some of those. So I've added lots of details, all with acrylic paints, and all the scarves and the jumpers and the coats. Now I need to add on the face detail, so for this, it couldn't be simpler, just some grey acrylic paint and then some really fine details with some black acrylic paint using a 000 paintbrush, so that these are a nice simple easy bear shape that's not going to crack and it's not going to break easily. The arms are kind of like hidden behind themselves, so I add those little details of the lines into the arms. If you prefer as well, instead of going straight into the air dry clay, why not practice on a piece of paper of how you want the little features to be, and practice using that paintbrush nice and finely to get the details. All the details are just simple lines and marks, so just enjoy the process. What little ornaments would you design for your home? What else would you like to see me create? If you are enjoying my videos, please do make sure you're subscribed. I don't like asking, but there's a super thanks button, and I do have a coffee code too. On my cute characters like this, I always like to add some little white highlights to give that little extra detail. Once I let the acrylic paint dry fully, I can then varnish them, and I'm going for a really super glossy finish on these. Just like when I prime them with acrylic paint first, I'm going to varnish the backs first, let this dry fully, and then I will do the sides and the fronts. When varnishing pieces like this, I like to use things like the cookie cutters, just so I can balance the pieces away from my work surface. In all of my creative videos, I hope it helps you pick up some tips and tricks to help with your crafting projects. The varnish on the back is fully dry. I make sure I hold the piece front and back like this, then varnish the whole sides, and then I'm going to varnish the top. This works well for me, but you find a way that works best for you and go with that. The most important thing with all of these projects is that you really enjoy the creative process. These are coming together really lovely, and I can't wait to see them all together on the tree when we put them on the tree in church. I give all of the surfaces at least one coat of varnish. You can go in and give 2 coats of varnish if you want them even more coated and sealed and even more glossy. Taking some thick craft wire, I thread this through, loop it round, do the same on the other side, and there we have a really beautiful item. If you don't want to use wire, do use some ribbon. I hope you love these, and I wonder which one is your favourite. Please do let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next creative video.